Hey, beautiful people. It's Kane Lit, and I'm bringing you this light on the light path numbers. So I thank everybody for letting me know how my reading was. It was pretty good. And so my intuition don't lie, because I've been graded pretty good as far as my intuition on point of what I felt as I was reading people pictures. So all they had to do was put up some pictures, and what I did, I feel the aura of the picture, but also I feel it within my body. And that's how I've been reading people. So I appreciated that it was successful. But now I keep trying to step up my game and become stronger. So this proves that my intuition is accurate, so on point. And I can't reveal all this information about the reading and stuff, but people who got a reading, maybe they can let you know that it's on point. So with this being said, we're going into the life path numbers, and this is your life purpose. So our purpose is very important in life. It's like we add up all the numbers together. This is your cosmic body. Like, my birthday is October the 9th, 1977. And so when you add it up, you get a 34 with the 7. So it's 10 plus 9, which is 19. And then you got to add 1977 up. So you're going to get 34 when you add it up. You get a calculator and you add it up, you get 34. So I'm going to life path 7. And so 34, what you do, you add a 3, a little bit of the other 3, which is creativity, the number of creativity, expansion, and growth, and knowledge and wisdom. And then you add the number 4. You add the number 4, which is Uranus. This give me like I'm stable and make me more persistence, give me the drive. So it's a balance, the 3 and the 4. So that's the type of 7 I am. So the life path 7, I'm going into that in a minute. But I'm going all the way through. All numbers is good. Thank you, Jamila Coleman. I did some readings this morning, and wow, I was impressed because I'm stepping up my game without knowing their birthday this time. I just looking at the pictures and tell them what I feel like in my different parts of my body. It let me know what is what. So with this being said, to achieve, you must practice. You got to practice. You got to, because I already got the ability. I already got the gift. And so if you don't put in no work, you won't succeed. Everybody know when I do something, especially I'm talking about like family members and people who know me. When I do it, I go hard. I don't play. And sometimes I can go to the screen because I do it too much. You know what I'm saying? I might want to read people all the time. So, but I do get better. And I learn balance at the end. So with this being said, the life path, all numbers is good. Let me say this at first. No numbers is bad. And so by people being choosy about what number they are, this is different. This is about vibration. This is about energy. Just like astrology, no planets is bad. Nothing is bad. You do got a downside, but nothing is bad. So life path number 1 is what I always start out with. I know this is backwards on camera, but life path number 1, if you add up your birthday and you get a number 37, you get 28, you get numbers that add up to a 1. This is you. And we all know when we talk about the 1, to help you out, the 1 represents the sun. So if you know what the sun is about, then you can understand the life path number 1. And so you're born to lead, to take charge, and be original, be yourself. So you're to set your own trends where people could be able to follow you. This is what you're here for. So this will cover up everything. I know your birth number is your soul number. This is your true self. But your true self help you reach your life path number. But your life path number is everything combined. And so this is why they say it's the most important number in numerology. Because this is your purpose. And so you are born to lead, to be in charge, to be original. You are charming, definitely. You're charming, you're loving, you're fun loving too. You're caring, you're stylish. See, number 1s are strong. These are strong, motivated people. My attitude is 1. That's why I'm motivated automatic. I wake up happy automatic, but very aggressive energy where a number one person, if they want you, they go for you. No matter if it's a male or female. That's if they're in their element. Now, if they're on the downside, it's a different story. They might be a follower. They might be the opposite of the upside. But when they're in their element and they really on the upside, number ones is the leader. This is the natural leader. And so this number represents the leader energy. And so in anything, they want to be the boss. They're going to be in control. They are entertaining. They're funny. They're all about life. See, number one is the sun, so they're all about life. They're all about, these people make things happen. They are the movers and shakers of the world. And anytime they got a goal to accomplish, they will. So it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And it can be very ruthless. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can get so critical until they do negativity just to accomplish their goals or objectives. And so number one is go for it. I love number one energy because those who came in contact with me was a lot of number ones. These women, oh yes, they ain't been in your life too long because they're independents. They're independents, but they still gonna be cool with you to the end. It's just that they got so much to do. They're here, they're there, and number ones, if they want to meet you, they're gonna find a way to meet you. They found a way to meet me. A lot of number ones, there's no lie. They found a way to meet me. And I say, you ain't here for no reading. You here just to meet me. And they say, and they admit, they honest too. They fun loving. They like to laugh. They like to joke. But sometimes they can be selfish, all about themselves. But see, it's for them to become one with everyone. So you got two sides of the number one. They can be about themselves or become one with everyone. So these people are definitely extroverts. You know what I'm saying? The people person, definitely. They're inspiring. They're very creative artists, and their intuition are on fire because number one represents the heart. The heart right there. So these people are confidence. And so, if they listen to their heart, then this is what they're here to do. They're here to listen to their heart where it can lead them. You know what I'm saying? And also to create and invent things. The one deal with the mind too. And so I know you said, dog, number one got a lot of good traits. Yes. Well, we're going to get to the downside in a minute. See what I'm saying? Because they're natural problem solvers. And they like to find a solution to help you. And these people are a model or example. So the example would be the good things that they do, all the positivity that they do. Because people is always watching these people. And number one, people always stand out in front of a crowd. They always stand out. And so even if they like try to be low key, they can't. Because people will always notice these people somewhere. And so they are imaginative, so they're clairvoyance. Which means, like, see how the pictures is? My attitude number one, where I could just look at the picture. These people deal with pictures and stuff like that, because that clairvoyance is seeing pictures and images, and they can tell by your aura. But also, I got empathy in my blood, too, so that's why I can feel the picture. And certain parts of the body let me know. Like, this part here is personal. Just let me know this happened to you personal. And this here is the outside, like you deal with the outside world. Like I might say, oh, you have many girlfriends because this deal with the outside world. But personal right here is different. But anyway, back on subject, the number one people, they have strong insight. They are visionaries, and whatever they vision, they make it happen. Because they always got a goal to accomplish. Oh, their goal ain't going to be like the average. Their goal going to be different. Because these people are different. Number one, people are different. They're not like you. Like a lot of number ones I know in my life, even if this not their life path, this their soul number, it's still the same vibration. So a lot of number ones who born on the 10th, who I know in my life, or the 28th, you'll see that they got a whole nother style, whole unique, but they fly. They have their own little trend. And my attitude one, that's why people always say that I got my own style and I'm a trendsetter in my neighborhood. That's what they say. So with that being said, because they know I don't care what nobody thinks. So number one is like that. They got the attitude where they don't care what you think. Now we talk about the life path number, but number one, anywhere you place it is the same. So, but what you're here to do, since this your life purpose, you're here to inspire, uplift, and to create an event and to be an example of leadership. In any management position. Because number ones don't like to be a follower. They like to be in control or in management positions. And so this is what they do best. So if you got a number one person, they're not in a leadership position, you ain't gonna get the best out of these people. The only way you gonna get the best out of them, you got to put them in a leadership role. So if they was a part of my company, I'll make them like a manager because they're gonna get it done and they know how. They don't play, they get the job done. And so these people are definitely communicators. They're good at communicating. They're good with writing. They're good with the word. So they could be book authors, photographers. So they like to be in the media. So they're good with dealing with the public. So they're here to do all this. To be in the public, make astrology videos, anything, any subject that they get into, they can master. And so they're here to be an example of leadership and to love, to show you what love is, to be an example of love. They're here to be a positive role model as a humanitarian. And they also are here to cooperate with others. Because number one can be selfish. They're here to cooperate with others. I mean, listen to others. Because number one, don't like listen to other people. They only think that they word is it and that they are it itself. They're here to listen to other people. And so they're also here to have balance and to have fun. Fun is their trait. It's that sun energy. So when we dealing with the number one people, you're good at motivating and inspiring people. And also, you love stuff that's motivating and that's inspiring too. So that's a good thing about you. You might like, information, knowledge. You love knowledge. You love to study. You love to learn. And anything that you get into, you're going to master because you're so ambitious and it's in your blood. It be pumping. Yeah, you got to do it. And so number one is a good trait. And you got to understand Martin Luther King, even though I don't agree with all that, but Martin Luther King was a number one. You know what I mean? But you got to understand, although a lot of people who've been a number one, I think, I don't even agree with the dude, what's his name, Hoover. I don't know. I think he was a number one too. So it's a lot of number one to be in leadership positions and they get the job done, but they put them in a position because they're going to be experts in what they do. And I don't agree with none of these people. I'm not saying that they are role models, but those who are the number one, I have to use these people as example because I got to find other people who has a life path number one. So on the downside, these people think they all that. Very conceited. I done had people tell me that because my attitude is one. And they can be selfish. And also, they can be egotistic and very cold. Because they can be the one who don't even care about you. They don't care about nothing. And be fighting all the time. Very destructive. And these people can be very insulting, very critical with the mouth, with the tongue, got a sharp tongue. And it can be a follower, doing the opposite of what they're supposed to be. And they can be weak-minded and weak-wielded. And it can be very aggressive and narrow-minded and controlling. So this lets you know this is strong vibration now. And so they can be the type who take credit from you. Just take things from you. Take credit from you. Like they actually did this. Like they actually did that. They could brag. Yeah, I'm this. Yeah, I'm the bomb. And yes, as the attitude one I know, and people used to tell me, you do a lot of bragging. So I had to balance it out. It take work. Because it's the energy that it carries. Because you be happy about your achievements. So number one deal with success. They deal with achievements. But it can be a sore loser. Because number ones like to be what? Number one. They want to win. Number ones want to win. And so they stubborn. They dominating. They could be bossy and dependence on others. And so if they the opposite of this, they don't supposed to be this. I mean, so they supposed to take leadership for something that's positive, to uplift, to aspire, because they are more expert than a lot of people. They got advanced mind and advanced spirit. And so these people could be narrow-minded. And so now we're going to the number twos, because I know we ain't going to stay on number ones for too long. So we already know if number one represents the what? The sun. Number two is what? The mother. Because number one is the father, which is the spiritual. The sun is spiritual. The moon is what? Emotions, which is the mother. And we're going to go to the life path number 11 too, because number 11 is a higher version of 2. So, and plus the 11 got 2 wands. So we're going to go into that too. And so it's good for those who have life path 11 or who born on life path 11 to listen to the number 2 too. So, okay, number 2, you're the mother. What the mother is. The mother is caring. The mother is loving. And everybody come from their mother. I don't care what nobody say on this planet. The mother get all respect. because even the man come from the mother. He come from his mom's. And so everybody get a woman respect because she's going to always be in her child life. More than a man, because the man, what he do, he got to work. He very, like a mother going to be there. A man don't want to be all in the house like that. So with that being said, mother going to be there through thick and thin. And plus she always got that wisdom. We all know that. It's a fact. And so not to say that we as men don't have none, because I got some of that woman energy in me, which is balance. We all got woman energy in us and man energy in us. So some of them got more than the others. Mine is balanced according to my astrology and according to Chinese zodiac and according to my numbers. And so with this being said, so as a number 2, so and balance brings stability. So once I get my mind on track, I'll be more stable than a lot of people. And so as number 2, because this ain't about me right now, this is about number 2, life path number 2. Now, I love, like I said, the number 11s, the number 2s, they got a cool spirit. They so cool. I mean, you can talk to them about anything. So these people are good listeners, like the mother. They always put their ear out there to hear everything you got to say. They always listening. And so they very intellectual, they wise, they caring, they nurturing, we can get on the downside where we talking about they worry and all that there, but a mother gonna worry. That don't mean that she on the downside, but on the downside, they can overdo it. We're gonna get to that part. They're recessive to energy. They pick up on energy. And so they're very much psychic. So a lot of number 2s, they have them psychic dreams. I can name people in my family. Number 2, they have psychic dreams. And so this your life path. Number 2, you're highly intuitive, you're charming, you're a peacemaker. They want peace. Peace is the key to their life, and harmony and balance. Because they love to have that peace, that balance. Anything that's harmonious, they love. They're very sensual too, but they don't give it up to anybody. So don't think you're gonna have sex with number 2 just like that, because they're very careful. They're security oriented. So everything they do, they picky and they choosy, and they can be self-defensive and everything. But they can read people's energy. So they're naturally creative and loving, very loving. And these people are good to be around. Just in general, they got the cool aura or vibes that you want to be around. These are the people you want to relax with when you had a hard day, because they got the cool energy. And that's when they're on the upside. And so these people are easygoing too. They're analytical. They observe everything. They love information. They love knowledge. They love concepts. And these people deal with justice too. They love justice because it's 2. The scales, 2. Justice. So they're natural empaths. Natural empaths. Pick up on the energy. Pick up on the vibe. So that's like a mother. They know your energy. They know your vibration. And these people are supportive, very family oriented. They love the home. They love the culture. They love the ancestors. They love the roots. And they love the home life. Now this deal with the moon energy, so you know what we got right here. You know what I'm saying? So they very much psychic. That's why they say they're intuitive. And they love the research. And they are compassionate. And some say they shy, but yes, they shy, but only to those who they ain't vibing with. Because to their family, they're very talkative. Behind closed doors, they're very talkative and private. And so these people, they are here to help people, because they love to help, they love to give. They're here to give, they're here to nurture, they're here to support, they're here to give you wise counsel, and they're here to be a diplomat or a peacemaker. And they're also here to set boundaries, because number 2s don't know how to set boundaries. And they can get emotionally drained because they deal with psychic energy. They can get emotionally drained. And so as long as they can control their emotions and set boundaries so they can control their emotions, because they can be around toxic people who want to drain their energy. So number 2 got to watch out for that. They are the psychic. So they pick up on this energy and this vibe. And so they got to set boundaries. And so they're here to set boundaries, to control their emotions, and to stay balanced while connecting to their psychic self, and to lighten up the environment and have fun. So they got a scientific mind where they decode and dissect things And so they can get into occupations like astrology, numerology, spiritual. They could be a scientist or anything that deal with social, like socialization, like social work, counseling, you know what I mean, a therapist and stuff like that. Anything that deal with nurturing, they could be a cook, anything that deal with food, anything that deal with business. So they're very fortunate when dealing with business. And so they can pick up on the energy. Anybody who can read the energy in any environment, they can go into an environment and read a room. You know, they can be what they want to be because they already know. And they're going to listen to their intuition. And so if something tell them no, they're going to listen. And they're going to be accurate. They can feel it. You can't lie to these people. They are the mothers. Not to say that you're the mother if you're a man, but we talking about psychic energy. We talking about the female aspect because the female is loving, is caring. And so the masculine is more protective, more the warrior spirit. The mother is more nurturing and caring. But you got to understand that the mother has the masculine energy and the female energy because she created who? She created who? Life, and all people come from her, even the masculine energy. And so the man got mostly one side of him. The female got two sides. That's why she a duality. But the thing is, since we in this vessel, we got both energies, everybody. So as a number 2 life path, on the downside, this is how you operate. This is how you know you ain't right. If you petty, because you can be very petty, small-minded, passive-aggressive, a hoarder, have a room or a house full of stuff, don't want to get rid of it, have so much it's hard to get in your house. You can be cruel, you can be insincere, inconsiderate, you can be cold, very cold. It's on the downside. So you're super sensitive, over emotional, moody, catching vibes, want to snap, doing some of everything. You be the one who self-sacrifice. You know what I mean? For people who ain't worthy of it. You be very private. You can be insecure. You could be the one who worry a lot. Worry about everything. When there's no need to worry. You can be very fearful. Very scary. And very fearful. Because I know number 2s who told me they scary. On the downside. You know they cool and good people. And I like to be around them because they got the best aura. And they say that the number 2s is the best energy to be around, and that they can get along with everybody because they're very adaptable. The thing is that you don't want to mess with number 2 on the downside because they can appear too weak. Because if you're a person who got strong numbers like me, number 9s, 7s, and 1s, you gonna be like, dog, you tired of this weakness, like they all worrying. You say, what you worrying about? You always got to say, you okay? You all right? I deal with these people, so I know. So on the downside, they can be at their worst, but on the upside, they're at their best. So they can be pessimistic or saddest, dependents, have breakdowns. They can be very depressed, like I say, emotional, unstable, cry a lot, very smothering. They can be the type who's selfish, too easy hurt, isolated, traumatic, obsessed about something, and very needy. And they could be the type who depend on you. And a follower, because a follower don't need to go in there because they naturally don't like to be up front anyway. They like to be behind the scenes. So that just don't go under the downside. They just like to be behind the scene anyway. So on the upside, they're very influential and persuasive, and like they have powers like behind the scene. Like you never know that a number 2 person have influenced you, but next thing you know, you're in leadership ability because you got wise counsel for a number 2 person. They put it in your ear because they can be like your right hand person who behind the scene who giving you all advice. And so now number 2 really ruling things, but they doing it the way they're doing it is behind the scenes. And you'll be like the person you see on TV, like the president, you think he doing something, but you got a number 2 person who really the ruler, who behind the scenes. So that's how number 2s play. And so with this being said, now we're moving on to the number 3s. Oh, peace to you too, beautiful people. Oh, you're 11. I'm coming to that. Y'all just got to hang on. Life path number 3. Now we about to get into your purpose. First of all, you're friendly, very cheerful, very kind. So think of Jupiter, then you understand. And we understand that this the Greeks. We understand this their thing, but to get an understanding of it, think of the traits of Jupiter, and you understand they're friendly, they're kind, they're brave, very brave. They got a big personality. They think big, they're confident, they're acceptance of others. They are freedom seekers. They also are the truth seekers. And so they are free-hearted. They're very kind, very generous. They like to give. They like to give. But the thing about a number 3 person, they'll give, but they can overgive to where people take advantage of them because they're so free-hearted. And so these people are very sensual, very talkative. Oh, this is one of their number 1 traits. They're very communicative, got many styles of expressing themselves, and the actors, performers. Like first they might play like they Denzel with an acting voice. Then they I'm just giving you an example. And now they playing like the Eddie Murphy. So these people are very like you see different roles they play because they personality is very excited and they're fun loving. So these people are happy-go-lucky person. They don't like to be bored at all. And if they're bored, this one they be on their downside. And so they love to laugh. And they can be a daredevil. They're very adventurous. I know number 3s, they like to do the skydiving. Yes, the skydiving. I have people in my family like do the skydiving. And so these people are good storytellers. They're very funny. They like comedian stuff. And they're so sensual. They like to talk about sex all the time. But they'll make it into a joke and stuff like that. And you know, they love knowledge too. They love knowledge. They're very playful. They act young. They're beautiful. They're curious, they love knowledge, and they love to learn, like I say. They're great at multitasking. They don't like to do one thing, they do many things at one time. And these people can be empathic if they're activated. They clairvoyance, definitely. Just like the Jupiter spirit is clairvoyance, they're very clairvoyant. They got a strong intuition. And if activated, they can be empathic. These people got to slow down so they can be able to pay attention to their abilities. Then this is what made number 2 so good at what they do because they're the type who pay attention, they analyze. So they introspective, the number 2. So when number 3s become like that, that's when they become fire. And so they high their intelligence. They stylish too. And so they competitive, like, you know what I mean? Very competitive. And they're here to be a leader of any kind. They're here to improve themselves and to grow through knowledge, to grow and to be spiritual. They're here to give, to receive. They're here to help. They're here to guide and to teach and to inspire and to motivate others. They're here to lead by their intuition. Yes, so this is what you're here to. Listen to your intuition. You're here to listen to your heart. And you're here to explore, to be adventurous. So when you do explore and go to another country, you can be able to share your knowledge to others. And so you're here to be a positive role model to others and to be a teacher. Because you make a good counselor. Because let's look at it. Number 3, some wise people. Because they always experiencing stuff. They're always exploring. And so they are good performers, like I say, and they can be very popular. Because they got the Jupiter spirit, which means it expands where they can be very popular everywhere. Or at least their environment or where they at, they're very popular. Where people always call them on their name for something. Because these people, they're very good at talking. So that's their number 1 trait. And freedom loving, don't smother these people. You give them some space and you will win. You know what I mean? So if you're trying to smother them, they fight for their freedom. And they acceptance of others. And they like people from all walks of life. So now you have the number 3. Now on the downside, the number 3 people. You just like the number 1, where you like to brag. You can be a sadist. You can be a fake. You can be too superficial. You can be a show-off. You can be jealous. You can be too bossy, unreliable, the one who's self-indulged into sex, drugs, alcohol, wasteful, a gambler. A lot of number 3s are gamblers too. Very blunt and very critical with that tongue. And unfaithful and argumentative. You could be scatter-minded and confused-minded, too detached. You could be religion. You could be reckless. You could be the one who exaggerate, who go to the extreme, dogmatic. You could be excessive. You could be unsatisfied. You could be distracted, uncommitted. You could fear responsibility. And you could be unfocused, very talkative. You can't keep a secret for nothing. You just keep talking. You be very moody. and you can't hold water. So, and you're not determined, and you can spend all your money, don't even care, and you can be the center of attention and get disappointed quickly, and you can be lazy. Now, okay, David, you said so. You're born November the 25th, 1956. Let me add this up right quick for you. Even though I'm really not doing everybody like that, but okay, you got a life path 9, so that's good. We're gonna get there. Now, let's go into the 4. The number 4. Now we think of the door. It rhymes with door. We think of the fog. The fog. We think of the 4 pillars that hold up society, that hold up buildings, that hold up walls, that hold up. So now we understand. We think of the heart. We think of the foundation. We think of prosperity. So here we go. Number 4. Life path 4. You definitely, I'm gonna come off point. I'm come on point already. You're a teacher. Straight up. Straight teacher. And you have a scientific mind straight off the rip. You're all about life, death, rebirth, and transformation. You're all about change and being realistic. You're the healer. You're unique, but you're practical. So this is the earthly energy, but you're practical. But it's also Uranus. It deal with Uranus, Aquarius. So this energy here, you're an innovative thinker. You're naturally intuitive, naturally. And you're a genius with a scientific mind. You're very curious about things, so you would love to explore. And you like to experiment. Because number 4 like to explore and experiment and dissecting the code for the sake of it. This their energy. And they do stuff that's weird and odd to people. But it's not weird and odd, they're just different. They're unique. And you're idealistic, you love to break rules and test them out. And the reason why you test them out because you're experimenting. You're very experimental. And then you have to create your own rules after you test it out in an experiment. So you're very serious-minded. Very serious-minded. So you people who serious all the time, practical and determined and ambitious. These are the number 4 who organize, who planners, who are neat, who are clean, who calm, who love to be comfortable in their environment, who charming, who hard workers. These are the number 4s, life path 4. These people are very forceful. They have a strong attitude, intense, powerful, and they can be entertaining too. It depends on them, and they can be seen as mysteries where people don't understand them, and they're like a mystery to people. See what I'm saying? They're different. They're just different and unique. That's just it. They are solid though. They're loyal, so it's good to have them as friends. And they only have a few friends. They don't have too many friends, but the friends that they do have, they stick to them all the way to the end. Because these people are solid. You will want them as your friend. Anyway, if you fake, they're not gonna deal with you like that because they must be solid people. And they're tough. They organized, like I said, they're wise. They're analytical. They always observe. So they detail oriented. They pick up all the details. The people who you want to work for you is the number 4. Why? Because they're going to handle their business and they're going to get the job done. So you want to see these people in management position because they're going to take care of their business. People who have the life path number 4, they are fixers, but they got to be in the right mind. We're not saying that all number 4 is going to do it because some is on the downside. But when they're on the upside, though, you better hire them. Because they are the builders of society, the fixers who like the problem solvers, like the maintenance person, the mechanics, are number 4. They can fix, they're good with their hands, they can fix, they love to work with their hands. And they determine to accomplish their goals and they're visionaries. So whatever they visualize, they will accomplish. But sometimes, we're going to go to the downside in a minute because we're going to say they can be know-it-alls. But we're going to come to that. But they determined to accomplish their goal. They love stuff that's different. They love odd stuff. They're family oriented. And they're all about the home life, traditions, the ancestors, and the roots, like the number 2. So the thing is about these people here is that they can be fixed-minded. They're not going to change something that's working for them. They're going to stick with it to the end. They can be very fixed in their thoughts. But see, if it's toxic, you don't want them to be fixed like that because if they don't change, they can kill themselves. And so, but if it's harmful though, they're gonna change. So the thing is about these people, they are here to be different. They're here to bring up different ideas and different concepts to events, something, and to create something different. They're here to be innovative. They're here to value themselves and their self-worth. Because they need confidence sometimes. So they're here to value their self-worth. They're here to help others, to be the healer. They're here to use their hands and healing gifts in practical and realistic ways. And they're here to create, to invent, to build like communities, cooperations. They're here to help invent things that's new. And because they deal with the advanced stage. So they're here to connect with others and to belong. So they're not doing none of this, they're not balanced. So balance is the key to their life. So they can't be too materialistic because they can get into that field of being too materialistic when they're not here to be materialistic. They're here to balance it out, to be a little material, a little spiritual, a little mental, a little emotional, the four. So spirit, mind, body, and emotion. So these people here are very powerful people because they're the material manifestors. Just like the 2, 4s, and 8s are the material manifestors numbers, the even numbers, the female energy. I mean, so it's very strong and very stable. Stable means they're in the right mind. They're balanced. Like they're not over this, they're not less. And stable means, the practical living and all that stuff there. So you want to have a stable person in your life. But on the downside, the number 4s are cruel, they're violent, they're moody, they're harsh, they love to fight, they can be violent, they can be unorganized. This is the opposite. They can be not neat. They can be the saddest. They can be the know-it-all, like I say. Think they know everything more than you. They think they can know everything more than you. And so that's on the downside. So with this being said, they also can lack heart and be weak. They can be odd. They can lack confidence. They can be very rude, nasty with their tongue, nasty, very blunt, very brutal. They can be outcasts and very chaotic, very destructive to everyone that's around them. And they can be like aliens when you don't understand these people. Aliens, you already don't understand them on the upside. So on the downside, they can be isolated from everything. So with this being said, they can be very lonely and unbalanced and all of this here. Now we're going to move on into, and they can be the type who can't make a decision. Now, we're going to move on to the number 5. Life path number 5. Now, we already know we're dealing with number 5 here. So, number 5 people, let me just say this here for number 5. Wow. Money potential, networking, connecting with people is what you do naturally. And so, when a person wants you to deal with sales, they better have you on their team because you got that aura. You know how to talk to people. You just like the number 3 where you know how to talk to people. So you're very expressive. You the free spirit. And you the fun loving, like comedian behavior. You stay on the go though. You stay on the move. Stay moving. Stay going. A lot of number 5s I know in my family, life path number 5s, they stay moving. They stay on the go. They be hitting the lotto. Yes, they be hitting the lotto. I know I stressed this in my other videos, but they do. They hit the lotto. They lucky. And they get out of stuff that you never think they'll get out of. They might get a little bit of time or something like that, but they lucky. So 5s are very adaptable. Malcolm X was a life path number 5. And so 5s are the truth speakers and the truth seekers. And they deal with knowledge. Because 5 deal with the mind. 5 deal with Mercury. The reason why I'm giving you the planet so you can understand what the number represents. So if you understand Mercury, you understand Virgo, you understand Gemini. Virgo and Gemini. Just the energy, number 5. And so number 5, these people are clever. They can be telepathic. And which means they can transfer energy. Like you can read their thoughts. I mean, they can read your thoughts at times. Like they might finish your sentence off. Like I might be thinking about going to the movies. I might say, well, I want to. And they might say, go to the movies. Something like that. And finish it off. So number 5 people are expressive and they deal with knowledge. Period. And so they can be healers. They can be all of this. Anything number 5 set their mind to, they can do if they be practical. Because a lot of times they just live in their mind. And their mind always ticking, steady moving. They got a quick mind. And they got the way they live is fast paced. The fast, they want the fast money, the fast this, the fast everything, fast car. Number 5, they were anything that's fast. And these people love change. So we talking about change. They can deal with change. So change is not to these people because they're very adaptable to any environment. So they can fit in with anybody. So them 5 mind is always on fire with rapid thoughts that's always changing. So sometimes you can't really trust in them 5. That's when they're on the downside. We're going to get to that in a minute. But they shine naturally. And people love their aura because they fun loving and because they know how to tell stories like the number 3. They do it different and sarcastically. But these people can be, we go to the downside. We can go to the downside in a minute where they can be wild. And so, but anyway, these people are mentally intuitive when dealing with the mind and understanding the word, understanding your thoughts, understanding what you say. Like who understand you quicker will be a number 5 person. And this what makes them a good salesperson because they know how to deal with people. They know what type of conversation game to give you. And so these people could put on all type of conversation games. And we know they deal with the mind so they can be good at mind games too. We're going to get there in a minute. So they're very adventurous like the number 3. They like to explore their senses of what they taste, what they see, or what they feel, or what they smell, and what they hear. And so the music that they hear, they understand the language. These are the ones who will recite the poetry of the music or the rhyme of the music more than anybody. While other people might just bounce to the beat or recite the chords, they might understand all the lyrics. And so these type of people, they deal with the word, which this will make them clairaudience where they understand the language of the word, where they can hear voices too. They might hear the ancestors talking to them if they open up to it or activate it. So these people here has advanced souls and they're here to experience life. This is what they're here for. They love to travel. A lot of people who have the number 5 energy, they are truck drivers and stuff like that. They love to travel. And networking is what they do best. So you have a number 5 on your team to network and bring people together and like to connect with people. And so they can deal with people from all walks of life. So they really don't deal with their family like that. Anybody who got number 5, especially the 5s I know in my family, they would deal with the outside more than they deal with their family. They would deal with the outside more than they deal with their family. I'm telling you, beautiful people. They would deal with the outside more than they deal with their family. That's just point blank. You think that, dog, my people don't love me. They love other people more than they love me because that's how they operate, though. Once you understand their energy, then you won't be so hard upon them. And so these people understand. They understand people. They understand the words. They understand expression. They understand the language. So they're highly intuitive, period. And so they are fast moving people. You see, David say, I don't deal with my family much. He loved to travel. This is what these people do. This the number. This that fast moving, fast energy and something. They like quick money. But they are here to share their life experience. They're here to share their knowledge. They're here to share their expression. Like entertaining. These are the people who be into music. These are the people who like express themselves on social media and be comedians and stuff. So this is what they're here for. They are here to be consistent and persistence and discipline. They need that discipline because they are the wild spirit without the discipline. And they're here to balance themselves out and to be grounded, which means realistic. Because they can live on their head without being grounded. And they can be the type who don't carry out what they think of or their plans or their duties. They might start something and don't finish it. And so they're here to be focused. They're here to make deals, to network to, and to connect with others. So this is what them 5 people, if this your life path, this is what you're here for. You have many interests, many things that you're interested in because like the number 3, you like many things. You don't just like one. And so, wow. They love to socially engage with people too. So these people, wow, I love them. But I love all numbers, but I'm just saying, for example, they make you say. But on the downside, okay, I'm going to your downside now, beautiful people. You are careless, inconsistent, You lack direction. You might be need a guide or a counselor. You curse. You speak vulgar language. You just off the chain. You wild. These are some of the wildest people out of all these numbers because they liable to do anything. I'm talking like they all over the place. Them 5 people, they might indulge into sex, to drugs, and drink alcohol to escape their problems, all type of stuff. And they can be very nervous, abusive, irritatable. Yeah, they can irritate you. And they can be the ones who slow in communication, really can't really like stutter a lot. At first they was communicating well, and then they start falling off and start being very hesitant. So these people can be manipulative, restless, impatient. They can be the one who talk a lot, two-faced. They're the one who change their thoughts. They can be odd and critical of others, like criticize. They can be over demanding. They can worry a lot. They can be not clean or neat. This on the downside. Not to say that you are, because you might be on the upside. And they can be disconnected and dogmatic. So, number 5, the wand coming out. The wand coming out. Now we're going to the number, what? 6. Whoop. Life path 6. Ooh, when you say 6, you think of Venus, right? Venus is what? Love. So this what number 6 deal with nurturing energy, right? You get Libra and Taurus, right? So 6. Okay. You are the one who are the humanitarian, the caretaker, the happy, the smooth, the lover, the beautiful. Not only is you beautiful, you also love beauty. You love beauty. Anything that's beautiful, you love. Beautiful attitudes, beautiful rooms, beautiful outside, beauty of any kind. If you're life path number 6, and I'm gonna get to your life purpose as I describe you. You love beauty in all forms. You seek balance. You seek peace. You want harmony. You are a cool, smooth person because you want to see everybody get along. You want to see everybody together. You deal with relationships. You deal with partnership. You deal definitely with knowledge. The third eye. You deal with it. Very intuitive. And yes, clairvoyance. And you hate injustice. And you will bring justice to the injustice. So, for example, if somebody did wrong in your community, they've been bullying everybody, right? They've been bullying everybody, and you get tired of it. You're the one who will stand up and bring that justice because you're the protector of the weak. And so as a number 6, and also those who done you wrong, and you let them go and go and go until you get tired of it. Yes, you bring justice. Even if you have to shoot them or whatever you got to do, take them out. But it had to ball up to that because you need that balance. Balance is the key to you. You deal with the intellect, you deal with thoughts. You deal with nurturing and caring energies to where you care for some of everybody. And so you got the listening ear where you will listen to others. Very essential because 6 is the sex symbol. So of course, sex is a part of it. And sex is very important. And yes, a lot of number 6 people will show their sexy self, their beautiful self, and big butts, especially the women's. I have to say this because you got to look at the Libra energy. You got to look at the Taurus. They got a beautiful complexion. And so these people here, they love pleasures. And we know that pleasures mean feeling good. And so these people are especially intellectually, they're intellectual, they are sexual, they are material, they're intuitive, and they love to give comfort to people. They love to nurture people and protect, like I say, the weak. They are acceptance of others, which means they accept you, him, her, everybody. And they are great listeners, like I told you. And people love coming to them because they're realistic and they give realistic and practical advice. They're very observant. They observe everything. They watch. They see. And they're here. As number 6 people, you are here. Because you are very charming. Now, you can charm the pants out of anybody. And we're going to get to the downside in a minute. And what that charm can do on the downside. Because these people could be players and playgirls and playboys and everything on the downside. And they could be, so number 6 of all your types will be your counselor, your therapist, your guys and stuff like that. There'll be like people who deal with marriage, your marriage counsels, and people who want to bring people together, because you're here for that. And you're here to love. You're here to live in balance. You're here to heal people through counsel, through your creativity, because you're very creative. So you might like art, you might like music, you might like anything, like creating something, putting things together, and you're good at relating to people. So you know the human motivation, the human nature. This is what makes you very intuitive. This makes you very psychic, because you know humans, you know people, you deal with people, you deal with relationships, you relate to everything. And so you need to set boundaries, because you can look at everybody else's need and forget about your own need. So you're here to set boundaries and to take care of yourself too. Not to just look after people, but to also look after yourself. Because number 6 failed to do that. Because they'll think about others and let themselves down where you might deteriorate because you're trying to help others. And so you also here to live in peace and balance. You're here to give, and you're here to receive. You're here to serve people. You're here to support people. You're here to help people, because and you're here to give wise counsel. So with this being said, as number 6, you're very cool, calm, patient. You're happy. You're a happy person. You're happy. You know what I mean? You're joyful. You're all about life because you like people. So you're here to be that role model for people. So it's good for you to get into the entertainment business, because a lot of number 6, they get into politics because they deal with the community. They want to be activists and stuff like that. So because these people here, they want to see the community thrive and do good. So number 6 could be good at finances and stuff like that, money, business, and stuff like that. Because a lot of number 6 is lucky with business. And so as we know, a lot of number 6 is like billionaires and billionaires. We didn't even get to master number 33 yet. We're going to get there. On this life path, we got master number 33. We coming to that. We at the halfway mark. But you definitely the true seeker. Not only the true seeker, also the true speaker. And so knowledge is what you be good at. So you love to know what makes a person tick and how they think. And so that's the thing about the number 6, life path number 6. So you make a good counsel, social work, and stuff like that. Like life path number 4s, they be good at being a judge, a lawyer, and stuff like that. But so number 6 would be the same on that level. That's why 4 and 6 and certain numbers, especially these even numbers, can thrive together. See, number 2 could get along with odd numbers too. So that's the thing about number 2. Okay, now on the downside is number 6. Okay, let's get to your downside. So you're so charming. You can use this to scam people. You can use this to trick people. Like number 5s on the downside, they can be the tricksters because they're good with the mind, right? Number 6 can be the type who trying to pants off anybody and get a person to do anything for them because they're so loving. They got the loving, harmonious energy, and they're good with sex. A lot of number 6 experts when dealing with sex. And so you can be a sadist, you can be a narcissist, you can be materialistic too. And you can say little, you can be very boring, slow moving, bossy, cold. You can be easily influenced by others. You can be embarrassed. You can be flirtatious. You understand, number 6 are very influential and they're very persuasive. But on the downside, they can be the opposite. So you can be manipulative too to get what you want. Because you know how to get what you want. You deal with the mind. So on the downside, you would use it for negativity. And you can be the type who don't care about others. I mean, you can be so selfish. And you can be too self-righteous. And you could be religion. You ain't here to be trapped in a box due to religion. So you're here to be spiritual, but you can be religion on the downside. And also you can worship people, places, things, and idolizing people too much. Also, you can be too self-righteous. You can be too suspicious, judgmental, the one who talk a lot, who gossip about people. And you can interfere into people's life and affairs. I know you say, wow, this a lot. Yeah, on the downside, you'll be a sadist too. That's only if you're on the downside, and you can be the one who switch out on people. This only if you're on the downside. So, bam. Now, this is life path 6. Now we're going to my life path. Woo, 7. I'm so excited about 7 because this is my life path. I like all numbers, right? But we on 7. It's 7 turn. And we know when we think of 7, this the mind, go down. The mind is heaven. You think of the 7 energy centers of vortex. You think of the 7 minds. You think of the 7 continents, the 7 planets, 7 days of the week. So, bam, to let you know already, it deal with completion of the mind, completion of the spiritual realm. So 7 is the master of the mind. That's only when they're on the upside. 7 is the master of the spiritual realm. So 7 is heaven. Who can beat 7 when dealing with the mind? They deal strictly with the mind and the spiritual realm. So 7 is going to be spiritual. And once they on the upside, everything going to be spiritual. The way they walk, the way they move, the way they dance, the way they act. And this is how they're going to think of it in their mind. It's spiritual. I do this, so I know. When you cut grass, you can say this spiritual, this divine. You're going to think nature. And so, life path number 7s have scientific minds. They're the charming, the stylish. Of course, they're sensual because they deal with the hormone centers. They deal with energy itself, so of course they're sensual. And so they feel all type of hormones and emotions. But the thing is, 7s are very picky and choosy too. And so they're beautiful people. And they educated souls. They love knowledge. This is how they thrive. They thrive off energy. They thrive off the word. They like anything that deal with the spiritual realm of energy, period. And so they have great inner scrum. They're natural philosophers. So they're good with the word. They're good with, these are the type of people who always spit wisdom. I spit it so much that my people get tired of me. They be like, you got to teach every time. You got to always spit wisdom. I'm always giving some advice, even when it's not necessary. So a life path 7 person are also poets. They're good with the word. And so they deal with mastering of the mind, also the master of communication. So they're good with talking. And so they'll be good at performing too. But when we come to the 7, they're going to mostly dissecting the code thing. This is what they love to do. They like to go into the secrets of the unknown or what's hidden. And so this will make 7s very psychic, naturally. And the 2-2 geniuses, they don't even got to activate it because it's already activated. Because they live by it even if they realize it or not. Life path 7 people. And so these people thrive off living. They thrive off life. And they question everything. They want to know about life. They want to know about this. I question everything till my people get tired of me. I'm talking about not only my people, but people where it don't matter where I go at. I know I'm getting wild with this, but it don't matter where I go at. I question everything. And I'm all about information. I love information. So life path 7 people, they love information, no matter if it's the news, no matter if it's this person. They might be watching YouTube video. You might see them watch things that's violence. And you would think they're really into violence, but it's not about violence. It's about the information. They want to know what's going on. So 7s like to know what's going on. They like information. Like I got people, cousins, who on social media always, he had like a news reporter. He always put what's going on all around. And he give us the upper hand to know before a lot of people know. See what I'm saying? And so Life Path 7 deal with photographs. They like taking pictures. And they deal with astrology. They deal with anything that deal with divination. They deal with numerology. They deal with the spiritual realm. Anything that metaphysics, that's spiritual. And so 7s, like the 4s and all that, they deal with the spiritual realm. And so they're very super creative. Why? Because they're empathic. When you empathic to energy and you clairvoyance, you got all the psychic abilities, you can very much put a story together and you can pitch it and you can understand it. And so this will make number 7 good writers and book authors and stuff like that. And so they also good with films and directing. So anything that deal with the mind and communication or the spiritual realm, 7s is the master of it. So with that being said, they're very loving. And they like to write, express themselves verbally. So long as they get that out of them, they will do good. These are some of the most talkative people on the planet. But that don't mean they'll talk to anybody because they're very picky. And so these people are empath who pick up on everybody energy everywhere. And so they can feel the emotions of the room or the crowd and read up on it. And not only that, they intellectual too, because they deal with the mind. So they're here to definitely to balance out their intuition and their intellect together. To use both, not one, but both. You can't win just with your intuition. You need both. Because number 7 deal with facts. They got to have receipts. They got to have facts. And so that's what it is about with the number 7. Is what they can prove. It's all about proving. And so number 7 person, do not debate or argue with them because they're going to have facts. I'm the type, like, when somebody debate with me, I know this for a fact. I show them all of my receipts and evidence. When I say something, I'm always trying to prove it to them, show them. And they say, oh, I already know he about to go. They say, we already know you good. You good. Before I even go there, then I'm going to show them the receipts. I'm going to show them. Because I'm not just going to talk about it. I'm going to show these people. Yes. So this is the attitude of the number 7. And so not only do they deal with the spiritual realm, they also deal with the practical realm or material realm, which means once they bound it together, they can bring the spiritual realm or bring heaven on earth or the consciousness on earth. They're here to bring that light to the world, which is wisdom. So 7 live by their wisdom. They live by their own philosophy. They have their own way of expression. They live by their own truth. And these people are problem solvers. They love to solve a problem. I know because I'm always trying to solve a problem. And so when a family member or somebody crying, I'm saying, shh, be quiet. I'm about to find the answer. I'm about to solve this problem. And so I know by the 7. And they love anything that's spiritual and unknown. They love hanging with other people and cultures and groups so they can learn. You'd be like, well, why this person hanging with us? But 7's trying to learn. That's all. That don't mean they're going to agree with you. They love knowledge. They love to know your idea, his idea, her idea, where they're going to bring it together and break it down to the truth and to facts. And they're going to create an idea off of your idea, his idea, and her idea. So 7s is good at that. They're good at bringing synergy, which means bringing things together and creating off it until they create something new. And that's what I'm good at, so I know. And they don't mind being alone. So this one number, like the 1, well, the 1 kind of got to, I ain't gonna say they got to have people, but number 1 could be alone too. But 7s definitely are the type who can be alone. I know people in my family, they're loners. And so that number 9 helped me be an extrovert more. Both. It helped me both. I'm both. Ambivert. So with that being said, but 7 could be an ambivert too. So we got to look at that too, because 7's here to share their wisdom with the world. So they can't just be isolated, and that's how they lose. So 7s are here to get out their rut of being alone and to share their wisdom and knowledge to the world because people need it. They're here to bring new science, new metaphysics, new astrology, new inventions, new anything to the world that deal with the word, that deal with information. So 7s are the journalists, and these people are ambitious, they're determined, they're loyal, they're magnetic, and they're here to use their intuition, their intelligence, and their imagination, and to use their innovative mind, which means have their own unique thinking, their own unique way. So if number 7 like number 1 follow other people, they will lose. So number 7 is here to create their own path. If you got life path number 1 to 7 or number 4, and you're not creating your own path, and you wonder why you're losing, that's why. Because you're not here to be like nobody else. Like you might see some of the biggest YouTube people who are on the metaphysics realm. You're not here to be a follower of them. You're here to get the information, but bring new information out there and do your own thing. Because if you do follow them, you see yourself falling into them and start losing. And once I realized that, I said, oh, that's why I'm going through it. I'm not here to be like this person. I'm here to get this information and decode it and bring my own new thinking into the world. And so you're here to use your intuition and your intelligence and your imagination to inspire people. You're here to inspire people, to motivate people, to uplift people, to inform people. Yeah, give them the news. And you're here to share your experience and your intuition. You're here to help people in any way you could that deals with the intuition or knowledge. You're here to trust yourself and also trust the universe. Because a lot of sevens deal has trust issues. We don't trust nobody, hardly. And so by people being on my social media, they're lucky that they get through because it's hard for me to trust you. If I did comment back to you, it was hard for me to trust you. Now I'm more open. But it's still, like out in the world where you don't see me out here in Savannah, Georgia, on these streets when I leave, I don't trust people like that. And so I'm watching everything. Sevens are very analytical. They're all watching. And they're very detail-oriented. Pick up all the detail like the number 4. So, and they're here to trust themselves, trust the universe. And they're here to use the universe of powers for everything. What I mean, some would say magic, whatever they want to call it. But they're here to use air, fire, water, earth for everything. Speaking into existence, manifestation. Gemstones, manifestations. Water, manifestation. They're here to, a spiritual person got to eat healthy. Because 7 is a spiritual number. Automatically a spiritual number, they got to eat healthy. They got to eat healthy and balance it out. Balance is the key to number 7. Because as long as number 7 is balanced, they will win. Also, you got to think of the 7th house Libra. They're here to relate to people, places, and things. Because 7's mostly isolated, so they're here to relate to people, places, and things, and to connect. So 7's will be more lucky than anyone once they get connected with somebody because they'll be very loyal. 7's are very loyal to the end. They'll ride with you to the end. And the thing is, 7's very smart, so they know how to move. Now, it don't matter if it's on the downside. Now we're going to the downside of the number 7. They are confused-minded, of course. They are mentally, they can go mentally insane. They can be lazy. They could be lost. They could be into some type of addiction because of their escapist personality. They could be a sadist, depressed, very hot tempers, very snappish. Because they deal with energy. They deal with the 7 energy centers. So they can be very snappish because they got a lot of energy. 7s are very energetic. So they can be very hot tempered, very snappish. So they can be gamblers, just take risks. They could be isolated from everybody. They're not here to be isolated. They can be the schemers, the plotters, because they're very smart. So they can be the one who plot on anything and get away with it. And use their mind for things that's deceitful and negative. They can be too emotionally involved with the problems of others and pick up on their energy and lose themselves. They can be the one who about self-pity. They can be pleasure-loving, depressed. They can lose touch with reality. They can be too easily hurt, very moody and over-emotional and manipulative, definitely. And they can be violent, very violent. They can be overbearing. They can use their tongue like a sword to hurt others because they got to understand they deal with the mind, they good with the tongue, they good with speaking. They good with communication, the lingo, the writing, the word, and stuff like that. So, bim, we done knocked the 7 off. Now we're going to the 8. Life path number 8. The 7 was my life path. Now we're going to the number 8. And all numbers are good. Now, if your number is 8, wow. You think of a figure 8, body of a black woman, right? We got to admit now. This ain't about color, but we got to admit. When we think of a figure 8, we think of a black woman body because her body is banging like that. So number 8, you gotta let you know what we're working with. We're working with balance, stability, responsibility. People who know how to be in a leadership position. People who know how to get the job done. People who know how to run organizations. People who know how to be disciplined. People who are very supportive of the community and who's the boss, who's the banker, and who could be the judge because they know the characteristics of people. They know people's potentials of what they could do. They know your gifts. They know your talent. They know what position to put you in. So these are the people who have the star quality. They love expensive things. They're cool. They're calm. They don't like to show their emotions, but they could hold a grudge. But we can get to the downside later. But they are goal-oriented. They have a strong willpower. These people, they know how to run a business. They know how to handle leadership and power. Just like I told you. They are hard workers. As long as they're working hard, they will win. Because this is their energy. This is their vibration. They're career-driven. They're all about their careers. They put their careers over their family. They put their careers over anything. So they got to be careful and balance that out. But these are the people who get the job done. So you want them on your team because they're gonna get it done. Whatever they into, they're gonna master, self-mastery. They're gonna get the job done. But they have high standards though. So if you're not getting money like them, or not goal driven, not about, if you're not persistent and you're not determined, they're gonna talk bad about you. They're gonna see you in a lower light. And so they can be a know-it-all and conceited, but that's on the downside. And so, because what you got to understand, life path number 8, that everybody ain't gonna get money like you. This your energy. You want people to get money like you, and everybody ain't on that same remote or reality. So once you understand that, just how you win and be accepted of others, and stop trying to push people so much to get a job, a high paying job like you. You gotta let people work with what they got. You know what I'm saying? Because you the type who like expensive things, and you got a good job, and you probably your own boss, or you in some type of management or authority position. You can't be so hard upon others because they ain't getting money like you. Because a lot of number 8s I know, they act like that. We have a challenge. I deal with the mind, and I deal with the master of the mind. They deal with the master of the material realm. So we have a battle. Theirs is, I'm richer than you. Now they tell me that I'm richer than you, or I got more money than you. That is a metaphor. If they got more money than me, and I'd be like, I am the teacher. I am the healer. I'm the one who you come to for healings when you get depressed. And I don't have money like you. So, and I'm smarter than you. So we have a battle. But at the end of the day, you know who's gonna win. It's the mental spiritual realm, because they're gonna need me for counseling. They're gonna need me when they're sick. I know how to heal. But Ace got the potential to do that too. That's why they need the balance to do that. But a lot of Ace to be materialistic, but they got the ability to do anything. But a lot of them be more on the practical realm, the real world, or the material world, or the hard working world. But they got the ability to do anything. So these people are like fighters and martial artists and stuff like that. So they hit hard. They're hard like the number 9. And so number 8s are very powerful. So they're a powerhouse. They got the star quality to where they want the best of everything. But these people here, they confidence, very confident. To some people, they could be a know-it-all or conceited, very conceited. They're a planner. They're organized like the number 4. They're the visionary who can visualize something. They will manifest their intentions. And so they call the material manifestors too. Yes. So these people, they're good. They make great financial advisor and stuff like that. They're good. So if you need like information on money and things like that, when dealing with money, they be good with that. They know how to make something prosper. They can't prosper. Like, for example, plants. They know how to take care of the plant and make it grow, or the vegetables and fruits, and make your whole land prosper and stuff like that. And this the life path number 8 people. They're very family oriented. At the same time, they're career driven. So this comes into conflict. And these people take responsibility for themselves. They like neat, cleanness. Not like the 4, but they take responsibility for themselves. And so these people are the builders of society. And they spit wisdom too, because they got a philosopher of nature. So they deal with fortune. This is a fortune number. And so these people are the type who are the star, like I say, star quality, who gonna look good, who have the best of everything. You ain't gonna see them in no cheap stuff. I got people, they got $1,000 shoes. They got life path number 8. Their shoes cost $1,000. Anywhere in the world, I'm pay $1,000 for some shoes. But I know their nature, so I say, I know my people gonna get this right here because it's in them. They gonna have the best of everything. So these are the type of people, like, they will start off like with a Honda, and sooner or later they will have a Tesla. And so they have high standards. If you can't meet their standard when coming with materialist stuff, or you the type who ain't persistent or who give up, don't mess with these people. Unless they positive, because they're supposed to be here to help you. Because they can be the healers too. So they're here to help, to lead, to direct, and bring structure to groups or an organization. They're here to help and to build groups, organizations, families, and structures and communities, including their own family. And they're also here to build their self-worth. Someone can lack confidence. And so they're here to inspire by being an example. So they have to be an example of it, not just talk about it, but be about it. And so these people are here to balance out their work life and family life and spiritual life. And that's how they win. And so on the downside, as long as they ain't materialistic and they balance it out, they good on the downside. So on the downside, they can be greedy, bossy, dominating, all that, oppressive, obsessed when dealing with material things and financial. They can be power hungry, scheming. They can lack value. They have a lack of judgment. They can be selfish. They could be the one who don't be giving or not generous. They could be the type of people who have limits, who are boring, who are workaholics, overwork, work, without balancing it out. They could take losses. They could be a gambler. They could be a complete failure, egotistic, very critical. They can criticize people about everything because people ain't living like them. And they could be the one who seeking who do anything for status and popularity. Because these people want recognition. They want to be recognized for something. They want to leave a mark for something. They want to rule or leave a mark for something. The number 8 people. And this is their energy. They want to be recognized for their work. Even on the upside, they want to be recognized for their work. And so they're unforgiving. They can be unforgiving on the downside and materialistic. And so also they can be a tragedy of death, of somebody robbing them for their money or something like that. So this on the downside. Now, we get to the nitty gritty. The number 9. The number 9. If your life path is 9, we about to go in. I know y'all about to get ready for this. It ain't gonna get no realer than this. My soul number is number 9. So you think that's something, this your life path number, you got a hell of a journey. A hell of a responsibility, that big old 9. 9 is completion. 9 got all the energy. And so you are the humanitarian. Survival is your name. It's like the number 8 is survival. You definitely survival. Because you done went through some of everything. You the old soul. You wisdom. They call you wisdom. Who will have more wisdom than you than the number 9, the highest number? So you naturally an empath, feel energy, very emotional, over emotional, probably snappish. I know because I'm a bird number 9, a soul number 9. So this your life path. I know you be doing the most. And so you got a strong second man. As long as you balance, you good though. Because number 9s are very kind. These are some of the kindest people you ever meet. You say, how in the world a big old number like 9 so kind? But they the kindest people on the earth. For real. But on the downside, it's the opposite too. They the worstest. You think number 5 something, number 3 something? Don't mess with number 9 on the downside. They don't play. So with this being said, number 9 people, they are the problem solvers. They have all the elements, all the traits to win. They have a scientific mind. They love to inspire people, motivate people. They love to help people. They love to serve people naturally. This is what they do naturally. They like to uplift people. They like to give to people. These are the people who will help you, don't want nothing in return. They don't want nothing in return like the number 1. They don't want nothing in return. And so they have a combination of a strong second mind, or highly intuitive, highly intelligent. They're very imaginative like the number 7, and a dreamer soul like the number 7. Because you got to understand, number 7 is what? Number 7 is the master of the mind and spiritual realm, right? Number 8 is the master of what? The material realm, right? And number 9 is what? The master of everything. Number 9 is the master of everything. Number 9 is on the universal level. They are the great humanitarian. Number 6 is the humanitarian, but number 9 is definitely the great humanitarian. It's the bigger number, the bigger picture, like 6 and 9. So you understand. But this is the creative energy. This is the fire energy. Fire means spiritual. Fire means light. They deal with light. They deal with knowledge. They're very intuitive, very psychic, very happy. And they can go to the screen, to the screens. I know because I got the number 9 in me. That's why you see me so aggressive at times, so hyper. I mean, this energy is hyper. This energy is excited. This energy, you can't tell these people you're not going to win. Because number 9 don't believe in that. Number 9 a warrior. Number 9 energies is warriors. They deal with Mars and Pluto. What? Mars, Aries, and Scorpio, Pluto? What? This powerful energy. We all know that Scorpio is the most powerful planet. Scorpio is a planet of power. Aries is a planet of energy and aggressiveness and taking flight and warrior. And so these people are fighters in everything. They fight to have control over their emotions. They fight to have control over their mind. They fight you physically. They fight another authority figure, and they don't think nobody more harder than them. They fight in everything. They fight for justice. All their life, they're going to fight in some way. If it's not physically, they might fight emotionally to control their emotions. But number 9 had the power to be victorious, to be the ones who will be victorious in everything. I know because I done accomplished that, and because I'm very emotional. I had to accomplish all this. And you still see it. You can see it on their face too, the emotions. So number 9 gonna be the one who really expressed itself. You think the number 3? See the thing, let me show you the difference between the number 3. Number 3 is wild, number 5 is a wild, right? Number 9s, if they get on that level, they're gonna go hard. They like the tough like wild. They got a different type of wild. Number 9 gonna be the type like wanna punch people, pop, that type of wild. Fight like wild. See, them 5 might do wild stuff like throw something, like they might do stuff like, not aggressive as the 9. Them 9 gonna do something that's like aggressive. They play with fireworks. A lot of them 9 been fighting. They fighters. They got cut marks. Like I got cut marks in my head. You can't see, but I got cut marks, and all of my face used to have cuts and stuff. I used to fight all my life. My teeth, right here, cut mark. But that's my soul number. My true self is number 9. So number 9 are the type who will fight a whole group because they got heart. Number 9, like, bring it on. So people used to love me when I'm around. So anybody who got number 9 energy, because my daddy is a number 9. I'm gonna say my daddy. Now you don't say who, what. My daddy is a number 9. And they just call him trouble. He stayed fighting, yeah, so number 9 energy, they're wild. Just like they say in my family that I was one of the wildest person because of my soul number 9. And they say if you could change, anybody can do it. They were saying the same thing about my daddy. Anybody who got that number 9 in there, them warriors, they can be very violent, but you won't see that. You just won't see that just come out like that because they're not going to bring, you're going to see the kind and the niceness. You're going to see the cool, the calm side of the 9. So you won't even know that number 9 got all that in them. You see some got the baby face because number 9 people look young too. They look young. They look good because they got the Aries spirit, that youthful Aries spirit and all that there too. So number 9 people, they were surprised because they look so young and stuff. And so you try to take them for a week, but you didn't know that this person had all this energy or was a fighter. And you tried them up. Next thing you know, they go hard. They hit hard. They fight you like you never been fought before. And you're like, wow, this dude looks soft. But he the hardest dude out there. That's how the number 9 energy is. You didn't know. That's why numerology and all this is very important because it's real. So number 9 people are fun-loving and they very popular. Because number 9 get along with everybody. They get along with people from all walks of life. And so these people are peacemakers too, because number 9 want to see peace. Even though they're warriors, they also want to see peace. And number 9 people don't only love knowledge, they are the type who will apply knowledge. Number 9 people will apply knowledge, and that will make them great. They apply knowledge. and information to their life. Because whatever they learn, they want to test it out. They want to apply it. You talking about scientific, their mind is definitely scientific. So number 9 do some of everything because they have all of the energy within themselves, so they're capable of doing anything. And they definitely got high energy, a lot of energy. They get downloads of psychic information a lot. Number 9 people. And they got high sexual energy. So a lot of number 9s, it's a must they have sex. If they don't, they're going to masturbate, period. Number 9 energy, they love sex. So number 3s they love sex, but they like to be out in the open. Number 9s, it could be either or, but number 9 is going to do it wisely because you got to understand number 9 is a number of wisdom. So they're going to do it the way they're going to do it, like they stronger than any other number, but the way they're going to do it was with wisdom. Sometimes number 9 could be like an animal. We're going to get to the downside in a minute because I was there. I know about number 9s. And so number 9s are a natural teacher, natural healer, a natural psychic. They're highly intelligent, naturally. They got all the traits within themselves. And so it's how they use the energy is what make them. And I'm going to tell you what they're here for in a minute. They're very sensitive, and they're all about self-transformation, all about improving themselves and bettering themselves. So number 9 are the type who always want to do better, always want to do good. And these people they have a quick mind. They learn fast. They always want to expand their minds. And they're connected to the universe naturally, connected to the source. So these people will definitely be spiritual and very communicative. They're a great communicator because they got all talents, all gifts, many talents, many gifts. So they're very expressive. And they're very giving. You think number 3 is giving. Number 9 definitely giving, but the way they do it gonna be wise. They ain't gonna let people trick them and deceive them because they got that eye. So that number 3 got to activate that eye and calm down. Them 9 naturally live by wisdom, by their feelings, by their emotions, and stuff like that. So you can't trick a number 9 like that, because if you did trick them, you ain't gonna do it again. You're not gonna keep getting over on a number 9 person like that. And these people are capable to get revenge. Number 9s will get revenge. I was that type who would lay on a person and creep them some months later. So I know about the number 9. Number 9 people can be very revengeful. And they love intellectual stipulations. They love positive talk and positive vibes. They like all good energy. Number 9 like good energy. So they deal with universal love, universal respect, and they're acceptance of everybody. It's like I'm about culture, right? I'm about black culture. But at the same time, I show my love to everyone. But I'm still about my culture first, the principles. But that don't mean that all black people is good. See what I'm saying? Number 9 understand that wisdom. All black people is not good. But I'm still gonna be for my culture first, but I'm still gonna show every other culture respect too. So when I'm out and about, I can communicate with anybody. That don't mean I gotta be with them. And that don't mean that I'm gonna be saying in my head that I hate them. No. Number 9 don't operate like that because we all about love. We know how to move, which means that I ain't gonna be around all type of people. Even some of my own people who are so toxic. We can peep that. We can feel that. So those who have the light path of number 9, you definitely understand. You think that's my true self, which is I born on the 9th of October. If your life path is 9, you add up all your numbers, you get number 9, you get 45, you get 36, or you get 27, or you get 18 or whatever to add up to a 9, this is you. I mean, you always need something to master and to do. You can deal with mastery. You know what I mean? And so what you're here to do, as number 9 says, you got the happy energy, the hyper energy, the joyful energy. You got the natural ability to take the lead as a natural leader and to fight. You fight for anything. You're a stand-up person. So that being said, if you're not, there's something wrong. And so that being said, you're here to use your universal powers for everything, just like the number 7. But you're here to give. You're here to be a leader. You're here to forgive. You're here to let go and to forgive. Because number 9 can hold grudges, but you're here to let go of what happened in the past or what happened in your life and to move on. And this is how you win. So you're here to inspire people, motivate people, uplift people. And like the number 7, to inform people. You're here to be helpful. You're here to heal. Yes, heal. You're here to be an example of spirituality. You're here to be a leader of spirituality, not to lead others, but to lead yourself so you can inspire people to become their own leader. So you're here to spot the minds of many. You're here to be an example of love. Definitely, that's the biggest trait. Be an example of love. Show people what love is. You're here to be a role model in society, a positive role model. Because you got the strong energy. People want to look up to the warrior spirit. And so that's what you're here for. You're here to get this knowledge and to dissect the code, the BS that they try to put out there, and to bring the truth and to bring facts and evidence like the number 7. So number 7 and number 9s, they're on the same page when dealing with knowledge or the spiritual realm. But number 9s are the ones who actually go out there in the community. Like the 7 could be the one who don't be all out there like the number 9s. Number 9s gonna be out there because they are the humanitarians who like to help people. So social work, spiritual work, astrology, numerology, all that. Number 9 can do anything they put their mind to. They can even do steel work, any work that deal with construction work, iron. So anything that a number 9 put their mind to, they can do. But they basically here to be humanitarian, to give, to help, to serve, because they're the old soul. Okay, so like for example, you come on this planet, you got all the traits, all the gifts, and now you become aware of it. You activate it. And you see all these miserable souls, so you know they need help. That's how the number 9s is, because so number 9 like to be people hero. Number 9 like to be people hero because they got all the traits. Number 9 see things that other people can't see. Just like the 7. But see, number 9s do it on a global scale. Like number 7s is the master of the spiritual and the mind. Number 8 is the master of the material and the physical. Number 9 has all the traits. So they're going to distribute this energy and pass it out all around. That's why they always showing their love. These are the peaceful souls who want to see peace in the world, who want to see love in the world, peace, love, and light. Now, these are the single now. Now we got to go into the double digits, so now I got to do the downside of the number 9 at first. Now, okay, now 9 on the upside is good, right? Now let's go to the downside, because we can't just give you the upside without the downside. So on the downside, the number 9s are impulsive, take action quick without thinking. They ill-tempered, argumentative. And I'm going to say this here. Don't mess with number 9 on the downside, because they're very destructive and animalistic. I always like that, so I know my people say, dog, it don't matter where you go. You're going to cause chaos in the environment. So you don't want to mess with a toxic number 9. You want to mess with the number 9 who in the right mind, because they like to rebel against anything, against authority. They are fighters against anything. They might be the ones, because I was the type like who would start stuff because I ain't like weak people. Just go in this shit and like, pah! I cursed this time because I had to use this for example. I went in their stuff and say, pah! Just hit them for nothing when we on the block. And so the 9s are that type of people get the warrior-like mentality, and they think that nobody can beat them on the downside. They can be very revengeful, very critical to others, and they could be the wild animal. They don't care what they do. These are the type who sleep by trash cans. They do all type of stuff. They lay in bushes to get their enemies. Number 9s got the warrior mentality on the downside, but they also could be all talk and no show on the downside. Show no action. They can be closed off. They can be possessive. They can spend all their money, don't care about finances, and lose out on stuff. Because you got to understand, number 9 really don't care about money, but it's what they can do with money. So, just like the number 7, number 9 really ain't the money type people. And so you wouldn't go to a number 9 and say, let's get this money like that, unless they already got that mindset. They are very dangerous on the downside. And these people could be self-centered and jealous. And they also don't like being told what to do, period. And so you got to understand that. Because when a person see a number 9 person, they just like number 1, they stand out. they see that scrum. They can be very intimidating. And they can be very childish too. The Nines can be very childish. They have the Aries spirit in them. They can be have explosive temper and a rage. All that. This on the downside, they can be very obsessed about something. Oh yes, they be so obsessed they might rape you if they're on the downside. Or they might, obsess about this, obsess about that, till they overdo things to the extreme. And so these people are over emotional. And so now, like I said, they be very violent, murderistic. They could be aggressive, all of that. Just like the 8 can be violent, the 8 can be murderistic too. So these two powerful numbers that can be there, and number 1 and number 4. These are the most. The reason why I say they're dangerous because they can go to the screen when they do something. And these are the numbers of force and power. And so now that's the downside of the number 9. Now we're going to the master numbers. This is the good part that a lot of people don't know about, and they're trying to learn about, and they barely hear about, is the downside. It's the master number 11. Well, I'm going to say all the master numbers. I'm talking too fast. But here we go. Master number 11. Master healer. Master teacher. What's higher than the number 2? 11. This is the higher version of 2. Like number 2s don't like to be out front. They like to be behind the scene. But the master number 11 got the ones in there that make 2. These are the people who are the leaders. Not only the leaders, they are the natural psychics, the master psychics, the master healers. These people are very picky. They're security oriented, unique, persuasive, influential, peaceful, a performer, they're innovative, and the universe flows through these people. They love the seen and the unseen world. They are super intuitive, highly emotional, and sensitive. They are the messengers. Because you got to understand, number 11 is the number of enlightenment. And this is a very famous number that deal with the message and the ancestors. So they definitely deal with the culture, the ancestors, the roots. But they are creative, imaginative, and highly energetic. They are here to heal, to help, to give, to use their intuitive, empathic superpowers to raise the consciousness and spiritual truth and to raise the awareness. So they're here for all of this. And these people need and seek wisdom and knowledge. And so they're here to even share that with you. They are the ones who sees, who feels, who hears, and who understand the seen world, what they can see and what they cannot see. They are the peacemakers who are cool, or the diplomats who are cool, calm, and balanced. They love beauty. They love peace. They love joy. They have high sexual energy. They love the ideal love. They love love itself. They love peace. They love light. And so we say love, peace, and light that come from these master number 11 people. And they love to inspire people with love, peace, and light. They have a beautiful hypnosis appearance where you fall all into their aura because it's so hypnotizing. And so these people are imaginative and they see the big picture and they give practical and wise advice. They're all about justice. So they can be the judge. They could be the counselor. They could be the guide, but they're the master healer, the master teacher. And so they're all about truth and light. And they feel the need to nurture the world. They are the caretakers and the caregivers of the world. They heal people. They are emotional intelligence. So this is their mind as a master psychic. They are a great student because they love to learn, and they are a great teacher, and they are a hard worker. Oh yes, you get the job done. And so they are a deep thinker and they are a researcher at heart. So they got a scientific mind. And so as a master number 11, they have a big responsibility under the number 11. They love relationships. Yes, they deal with relationships because you understand they deal with the 11 Torah card, which is the Justice card, which is the Libra card. It's the Libra, the scale card. So they deal with relating to people, places, and things, so they know about the human nature, and they will listen to you and all that there. And these are the people who you can talk to. They give good, practical, sound advice. They love anything that deal with finances, so they can be bankers, or anything that deal with accountants, anything that deal with math, anything that deal with metaphysics or the spiritual realm. Also, international relationships. And these are the master number 11 people. So wow, these people are the star seeds. They're like the 7s and the 9s. These people definitely are the star seeds, because this is the higher vibration, the higher frequency. And so on the downside, these people are too dependent, over-sensual, manipulative, self-centered, temperamental, and sensitive. They could go to the extreme or be a fanatic about something, or a screamist type of person. They can be nervous, violent, very violent, temperamental. They got outbursts, anger outbursts. They can be stubborn, affidence. My fault. That's I'm messing up now. You know about to get. I'm almost finished though. They can be prone to accidents. They can neglect their spiritual self and spirituality. They can challenge others. They can be rebellious, and most of all, they can be over emotional and have emotional shutdowns. And so they're dealing with a lot. They got a big responsibilities. The master number 11, because look at this energy. These people hold all the vibration, all the energy. They feeling the energy all the time, and they're here to use pictures, patterns, and symbols to read people. They're doing all this. They know how to read the energy. They can read pictures, patterns, symbols. Like for example, if your behavior is the same pattern over and over and over, they can peep that quicker than anybody, and they can call it out. Well, this person, I see his behavior pattern. This person not changing. They understand that. These people could be great psychologists, astrologers, anything. Numerologists type people, deal with anything, deal with metaphysics, divination, psychic healers, psychic readers, like the 7s and the 9s. The 11s definitely got all this in them. So, bim. I ain't read the downside, did I? Yep. Now we're going to what? Your number, the master number 22. Ooh. And to the occult or the ruling elites, this is their number. They say that this is the most powerful number according to them. Master number 22, which is the higher version of 4. So they love 4. That's their main numbers, and 7s and 11s. The occult people, they love 4s, 7s, 11s, and 2s. So they love this type of energy. And also they love Capricorn energy. So with this being said, master number 22, you are the great architect, the master builder. That sounds like Freemasonry, ain't it? So you definitely have the higher mind beyond spiritual studies. You're honest, you're caring, you're loving, and you have the vision to manifest anything. You are ambitious, focused, disciplined, and you are the determined material manifester. You are serious, calm, forceful, or intense. You are a hard worker, the designer, the architect. You have a keen insight into the human nature. You know people. You're very intuitive or psychic. You are solid, but the type of psychic you are, you deal with practical reality. You are solid and realistic. Who is the powerhouse of manifesting your goals and reality. You can turn suffering, struggles, and weaknesses to success and scrimp. You can turn all of this into scrimp. And you have a strong intuition, and your mind is set to accomplish anything. You are a craftsperson, good with the hands, good with building, good with anything that deal with the hands, even healing. So you are a bit to design, to invent, to be innovative, think outside of the box, and to build businesses. You're here to build communities, to build projects, not projects building, but when we say projects, we talking about like working on the project, like doing architecture work, something like that. You're here to even build people and help people improve, and help people build themselves up, and you're here to do it on a big scale. So master number 22, the ruler elite would say that these people will rule the world, type of stuff. That master number 22 deal with being the builders of the world, setting foundations, like establish something new in the world, like corporations. Like, for example, they got Walmart everywhere. This type of energy that the master number 22 carry, deal with finances and deal with setting foundations and building communities all over the planet. So you are the type who are patient. You love to study, you love to learn. And whatever you study or learn, like the 4s and 7s and 9s, you're going to master. You're going to master. And so you are imaginative and highly intelligent, and you strive to master everything you could. But the thing is, when you learn something, you're going to put it into action. So that's a good thing about a master number 22. Whatever you learn, you can put it into action if it's worthy. But your standards is very high, very high. So people who got to be around you is people who can fit your standards. Other than that, you ain't gonna be around them, because you are the hunter or the researcher. Hunter means you like to research, you hunt. You like a detective, the researcher, and the universe flows through you. You live by your intuition naturally, and you are a healer. And so now, since you are the master number 22, on the downside, you are over emotional, destructive, dramatic, violent, dreamy, not practical, was not realistic. This on the downside. Too materialistic, greedy, a workaholic. You live in the fear of something. You worry about material and financial security. You are dishonest, manipulative, insecure, fearful. You're scared to express your feelings. You can be defensive. You are too sensitive or touchy. You are cold, and you have emotional outbursts. And so, if this your number, if you have the life path number 22, this is you, and this your journey. You're here to build and help in every form. So you understand that. Now, the last number, 33. Anybody who life path number 33, and your master number is 33, this is the higher version of 6. Master number 33. Only a few got this number. Only a few got this number. And people with this number, they trying to be the master teacher of the whole world. Sort of like the 9, but they definitely going to be the master teacher of the whole world. You got 2 3s and 6. So you're dealing with Jupiter and Neptune, and you're dealing with Venus. So these people here, what you would call the ancestor energy flow, because the ancestors definitely with them. And they remind you of the ancestors because they're here to teach and share their knowledge, and they're the problem solver, naturally. They are the happy person who love life, who want to see you do good, want to see you reach your highest potentials, want to see you reach your highest potential, and they're here to help raise the consciousness of you, to spark your mind with knowledge, to help you become your higher self. They're here to teach you, to heal you, to bring compassion to you, to serve. They're here to fight the injustice, to bring justice to the injustice. They are concerned for the welfare of others and life itself and nature. So what they got to be aware of, they could be a doormat for other people's emotions. And so they got to set boundaries to protect themselves, to protect their energy. Because they can sacrifice their life for people who don't care about them. They can shine all over the world and fight and fight and fight, and nobody care about them like that. And next thing you know, they dead because of people. They're dead because of people who don't even care about them. Put them in that position. And so another thing they got to watch out for is that they love to help people to the point to they neglect their own needs, like the number 6 energy. they neglect their own needs. They need to look out for themselves sometimes, bring that balance, not only to help others, but also help themselves, look out for themselves sometimes and think about themselves, because they can forget about themselves. And so they are natural psychic empaths where they can feel your emotion, your pain, and they want to help you. And they're warriors. These are the type of people who will sacrifice to help you. And if you're dumb, deaf, and blind, they're here to help inspire you, motivate you to become conscious and aware and awoke. And so these people here, they're expressive type people, very expressive, very loving, very nurturing, very caring. They're very charming, very creative, many creative talents and skills. And they are the master teachers, the master awakener. And so they're very sensual. All this energy flowing within them. And they're charming, definitely. They could charm you. And they think on a global scale. They think big. They think with a big mind. All that petty stuff, that little thinking out the box. They think on a big level. But they're here to love unconditionally. And so they're acceptance of people from all walks of life. And they're here to spread the truth as a caretaker, a nurturer. And they are the responsible ones who take responsibility for themselves. And they love to see people happy, feel good, and doing good, and win. And so they even will help you win. As long as they don't go overboard, they will be all right. And they see beautiful souls. So these are the type of people who see the beauty in everyone and everything, like the number 9. Like that there. And these people are charming, and they are beautiful souls. And they love to inspire people, motivate people to become their best self. And so that's the thing about the master number 33, additional life path. You're here to do that. You're here to raise the consciousness of others, to help, to serve, to inspire, to support, to aid people on a global scale. Not just one person, not just 2 people, but many people. You ain't got to do everybody, but many people. You're here to do big numbers, big things. You're already prosperous, and you deal with beauty. You love beauty. So you love beautiful soul. You don't like ugliness, and you will bring justice to ugliness and turn everything to beauty. You like the chemist. So that's the thing about you. Like any negative environment, you will try to wipe it out until it becomes beautiful and righteous. Now, on the downside now, you can read some of the number 6 traits too to get some more of this downside stuff. You can be emotionally damaged and physically damaged to those around you. You're willing to sacrifice yourself for unworthy cause. You are fearful on the downside, very fearful. You can't make a decision on the downside. You're anxious on the downside. You're not brave on the downside. Because you got to understand on the upside, you are brave. But you can be unhappy. You can be frustrated. You can be a martyr. You can have a martyr complex. You know what I'm saying? Die for no cause. Die. But you are the type who get no love and appreciation on the downside. So if this backfire on the downside, this is how you will be. And so with this being said, I said all the numbers. I think everybody good. And also you can catch this on YouTube. So share, save it, download it, whatever. But I just brought your life path to you. Now you know what you should do. In this video here, you can rewind, and you get your life path. And the thing is, if you want to be reminded of your life path, all you got to do, take your hand when you watch this video and scroll all the way till you get to whatever number that fits your life path. It's simple. You ain't got to watch the whole video. You can just scroll to your life path. But if you are the type who would like to know about numerology, then watch the whole thing. Then you'll see that it fit your relatives, it fit your friends, it fit celebrities, it fit everybody. You'll see that it's real. You'll see that they're on the upside or they're on the downside. And everybody got more than one number. You got your attitude number, which is how when people first see you, how you act, your attitude, your mind. Then you got your soul number, your emotions, your true self, which is the day you were born on. Then you got your life path number, which is the overall number, your life journey. And so this right here is the life path journey, your life purpose. So you got 3 numbers. All is important. All core numbers. None is better than the other. Your attitude number, your birth number, and your life path number, all is important. All is important. You need to know all your numbers so you can get the energy. Some energies do some of the same things. So all you got to do is say it one time. Like, for example, you know that the number 2, 7, 9, 11 is psychic. Naturally. Everybody got psychic ability. But these people use it without even thinking about it. And they feel energy naturally. Other people might have to activate theirs to get there. And so if you got numbers like this, then you know, like your attitude is 2 and your life path is 7, then you know that's double the vibration of make you more intuitive like that. That's how I operate. If you got people got a lot of creativity in them, all 3 numbers creative, you're gonna most likely be creative. That's what it means. So some numbers can clash with each other. So we got to understand that. Like your attitude number could bump heads with your soul number or your life path number. They can bump heads with each other. So you understand, be like, well, why I like this one minute? Why I like that 1 minute? That's why you need balance. Balance is the key to everything. You got to balance out your numbers. So with this being said, because once all your numbers come into agreement with each other, that's how you win. So now you know, if we got a lot of elements within us, we are the universe. And so it's I Kane who brought you this light. It gets no realer than this. I'm out. I'm put this on YouTube. I love y'all beautiful people. Ashe.